Alright. Before I hear anyone say anything, I wanted to get this series, well, not this series, I mean, this event for Izuku done. We can get this done in 2 more parts. So, here's the thing, I'm gonna try to get them out today, and then, then I'll start doing it. Since it is May, I also have to do something else too, so I gotta do some homework. So I've been trying to do that though yesterday, and I've been having some troubles with something. So yeah, I have to figure it out before tomorrow, and then we'll be good. I can focus on my whole entire Naruto month. So yeah. Anyways, let's just get this started because I'm gonna end this at a certain point, so where I can go right into the next part, and that'll be the last one. And well, I'm trying to cover at least a good portion of this, so yeah, let's just go. So anyway, this is What if Izuku had a solo leveling system, part 13. Alright, so after the whole entire Melty, being almost trying to be killed by the soldiers, them running away, Izuku laughing, and well, from the last part, they go on the run. They get rid of the cart, they go in hiding, basically. Raphtalia goes and, does reconnaissance, basically, and, well, they're showing the video of them, and they alternate. And then, when she comes back, she tells Naofumi, and Izuku's in a tree, and he can hear it. He goes, I'm gonna go talk to the king. I'll be right back. And then he jumps down and shadow walks into a shadow. Well, more like, because of his phantom ability, he does his he does a shadow walk. So Yep, he does a shadow walk. But here's the thing though, it's not with it. I mean, it is kind of, it does have like a shadow, like a whole entire night in the shadow. So yeah. So then as he appears into the king's room, as he goes, so they'll try alternate, images of the video, in which the king goes like, "Forgive me. It's the church's idea to get rid of you." And he goes, alright. I'm not blaming you, king. Just, just letting you know. It also could be your daughter's idea, he says, interrupting him. He goes, He was like, yes, I had some spies. Help me. Let's just say I informed my wife about the situation and tell her I'm in and that I can't hate the shield hero because now there's 2 shield heroes and one of them is, well, far beyond anyone's level here. So, we'll die. So I have to accept the fact and get over my grudge. Pretty much. As Izuku looks at him and goes like, really? How grown up of you. Well, don't get over it, but whoever did made your family die or something originally, that shield hero, hate him, not the current one. Also, really, why do you hate demon humans? And then he just tells him the story about the shield, church for them. He's like, because, Izuku says, because of what you humans do to them. Duh. That's why they treat him like a god. Really, it's kind of obvious the reason why they do this, because humans are jerks in this world. Actually, any world, but hey, there's a lot of good ones. Myne. So yeah, heroes protect them. You're mad because, well, your family died, and the consequences of the actions of what you people have done. I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm just saying it's kind of just a cycle. So, prevent the cycle, stop hating demi-humans, and, I say this by stop, just try to talk to some of them. go to some of the slaves here and talk to them how they are and how they wish, they could just go back home. And if you find enjoyment in that, then be ashamed. Because these were just little kids then. In which your father, so imagine them, what their parents went through and what happened. Azuku basically does the exact same thing as the shadow disappears into the king, or into the shadow in the room. As the king sighs, and he just says, he's right. So, that's what he does while this is all happening. He goes around, finds demi-human slaves, talks to them and asks how it is, and, well, he finds out that he is hurt. Because these are some kids. He finds out these are, kids basically that are going through all this, and his heart cannot take it. Like, legit, he's a father, and he cannot take this as a father. So let's just say, while Myne is, Molly? Myne. Myne is just doing her thing, and, the king is doing, just going around. The church is also watching the king, so he can't do much. He knows this. So yeah, and he has a plan now to make sure the church is gone for good. When he gets back to the room, he looks at Shadow, and he has Shadow Knight. As when he comes out, and Zuko can hear him, he's like, could you tell the fifth hero this plan? And Izuku hears it all and he smiles. And this is while Melty and Naofumi are talking about, her father. But then, he does smile though. Which is, everyone asks, why are you smiling? He was like, the king just came up with a plan just to get rid of the church of the three heroes. Oh, this is gonna be good. In which Naofumi asks what it is. So he just explains this. We're going through this stuff because of them. So he plans to do this. He plans to have, us to, have distracting, people. Certain people, to do, our fights with them, as he quote-unquote says it. Because it's going to be one-sided with us, basically. And Rin is also a part of it. Well, also going to be a part of this now, which I'm adding. We basically go through all this. We then fight whoever it is with the border to meet the queen. In which Melty is like, what? Why? And he goes, let's just say the king knows a few things ahead of time already. And then, while we're there, whoever is at the border to, the border that we need to go through, probably, we fight them. And we dare get the church. But here's the thing. He asked me to fight the Pope alone. Because if I'm able to wield all of the, legendary weapons, or any class of weapons, then shouldn't I be able to kill the Pope so easily? He's right, though. So, I think it may be a good idea. But here's another thing. I don't. I do think, and I don't think. The only reason why is because this could be an experience where we learn something about your shield, Naofumi. And we can actually have you work together with the other two heroes. So, yeah. How about it? As Naofumi just shrugs and says, I'm gonna go for whatever, master. Which, Melty finally kind of been wondering. Even though she knows Izuku because they're travel together and everything else for a little bit. And now this, she goes, wait, master? He goes, oh, I'm the fifth hero. In which she's like, no way. Like, there's a legendary fifth hero that only comes when a dire need. He goes, She goes, what's that? Why? He's like, I don't know why. But, hey, it's not like this is going to be long. It's only going to probably be in 5 months. I'm going to be here in total. Which, that catches everyone's surprise. Which, they ask why. He was like, I have a feeling I'm going to take down the main problem so easily. In fact, she's gonna be pissed and basically make a whole entire army just from one more wave, and I take it down. Everything. So yeah, I am not gonna be S-ing you guys. I'm just telling you the truth, which Melty doesn't understand, like how, as Izuku just tells her straight up, my shadow army, my shadow warriors, basically. I'm a necromancer, the Shadow Lord. So, I'm not basically always alone. As she is, like, very surprised and, well, kind of, not terrified, but shook about this. So, yeah. And then the whole entire thing happens when they need to try to escape, because Myne and the other heroes came along. Nafumi does have the whole entire, like, necklace of the 3 swords, and all that. I mean, the three weapons, the bow, and the 3 hero church. Basically, he has that medallion still, like in canon, but and so he just goes. I mean, they just go like in canon along the edge and stuff. Thinking it can be attacked. The only difference is this, So Izuku basically already disappeared right in front of their eyes, in which everyone is shocked. And so, Izuku and Rin already know what this means. He wants to see what they can do on their own. But Rin can't, blow his cover. So, yeah. So, basically what happens is, everything goes. But the only difference is, when Myne, is about to shoot that fireball instead of Raphtalia, Izuku comes up and basically, well, how can I say this? Dominator's touch. Make her, basically go to her on her basically stomach on the ground, while basically Masamune gets punched by Philo. So yeah, and then, well, when the soldiers are going after him, Rafumi doesn't use the rage shield because Izuku all of a sudden basically also uses the Dominator touch and breaking the ground. So yeah, as no one knows what happened besides, well, Rin, at least, and Nafumi. And, Nafumi's group. So, yeah. So, basically, after that happens, Rin tries to tell him, give us back the princess. And then Nafumi throws him the pendant and all that, too. Izuku just jumps all the way over to Nafumi's side and lands. He goes, see ya, suckers. And they just run off. This really makes my upset. Masamune pissed. So yeah, so the whole entire thing, the forest, the shadows of the queen, helpers come in and tell Nafumi, and they say they already know. They just need a map, so they give them the map, and they know where to go. So yeah. So anyways, so what happens is they go near the town. I mean, they basically just go forward to the next area, which is a place where demi-humans is treated, fairly. But and the Lord there comes in. Melty knows him, so that, they have a place to stay. Izuku tells, well, our superhero, Nafumi, to take a rest. Stop being so worried about everything. Because, well, he is. So that night, everything goes smoothly, like in canon, until he gets captured. And, well, basically, they basically all there, they all just, like, stay there, the guards, they leave, and then they go to save Melty. The only difference is, Izuku had a shadow in Melty's, shadow. And he just says, I can make this so easily. So instead of them rushing in, he just shadow walks them all through it, changing places with the shadow in Melty's shadow. And then, boom, like, when the guy punched the Lord that was Melty knows, Felix? Hold on, let me double check. Ragnat, basically. Also, I want to do something nice for Raphtalia, so the Dragon Revival. The Dragon Revival. Yeah, we're doing that. Bring her back to life. You know, in the current body she's in before she died. So, yes. Please don't hate me for this. Because I don't like it when... I know it'll be a good motivation for Raphtalia, but it'll be like, hey, you know, want to protect her more if she's back now. So, yeah. So, anyways. So, what happens is, the fat guy, you know, tries... When he sees them, he's like, what the? How did you? As Izuku just says, alright guys, go beat everyone down, don't kill them. As then all of a sudden, multiple knights come out of his shadow. As they all jump out the window and attacking everyone that is a soldier. As the fat, you know, royal is like, how? He goes, I'm not gonna tell you. As he just gets out the scythe, so he starts swing, like, you know, twirling around his hand, and he goes, now then, let's see how much you can scream. As, well, he grabs his whip as Raphtalia just stops Izuku. She does exactly the same thing. And let's just say, you know, he does run around, go to the windows, you know, doing exact, you know, like, hitting her again. Raphtalia does exactly the same she does. And, well, he does fall. He does fall. But, here's the thing. Izuku did technically cut off one of his arms when he tried to hit Raphtalia. Instead of tripping, instead of her basically, you know, putting that magic sword into him, he basically fell because him losing his arm and, you know, fell out the window. So, yeah. He goes, stupid royal. As he knows the blade is turned, like, having a little bit of a crimson red to it now. He goes, what the? Was that the blood of him? Nah. I know it's a living with him, come on. So basically he just keeps it out, and, well, they walk down to the basement. Everything happens. And then with the effing, you know, friend being saved, and they see, and Raphtalia finds out about her friend, you know, that died. She starts crying, and Nafumi's about to go over to him, as then he stops him. He says, he smiles and goes, I have something that can help. He does tell Raphtalia to get away from her. She goes, no, I will never leave Myne. He goes, trust me, she's not going to be dead for long. She goes, huh? As then he says, alright, Dragon Revival. As all of a sudden, the mouth of a dragon comes underneath, you know, Raphtalia's dead, you know, friend's bones, and then bites down on it. And all of a sudden, a light starts to glow. On, you know, and boom! When the mouth opens and it disappears, the dragon head disappears. I mean, even though, I forgot what I said. I have to, like, know, like, about, you know, he has to know about her, get some details. I mean, let's just say, I mean, because of this, because of, well, he needs to know her better. It's because of, well, Raphtalia that, hold on. Everyone, sorry, but, I was gone for a lot more than I wanted to. Because my dad, as soon as that phone, if you heard, was running down with my dad. So, I had to wee-whack. So, yeah. Life, am I right? So, as, you know, Mika does say, revival successful, you know, and she does like a little cheer like a little cheer icon she has just appear. And then Izuku goes like, wait, you can make icons appear out of nowhere? She goes, mm-hmm. He goes, wow, did not know that. So, I mean, she kind of laughs at it, and, you know. So, Raphtalia's friend is brought back to life. She is very happy. She thanks Izuku so much. And he goes, hey, look. I'm like a father figure to you, so as a father figure, I do what's best for my, well, daughter. As I look also Philo. So, when they get out, they also, you know, the fat guy still lives. He brings back that ancient dinosaur monster thing. They do lead it out, and, well, what happens next is all of a sudden, the Fiolios come in, and they do that little thing, but then the Fiolio Queen comes below. Oh my god, her name. Okay, so the Fiolio Queen comes in. She does tell them to stand back, and right when she's about to go kill it, Izuku says, "Hey, hold up. Let me kill this thing. I need to test something out with this scythe." She's like, "You're too weak. You cannot." As soon as she's about to finish that sentence, she felt death the very first time ever. And he just looks at her, he was like, "What?" She goes, I could go right ahead. And everyone's shocked. And Nafumi goes like, "Izuku, did you?" "Yes, I released bloodlust, so what?" So Izuku gets into a sprint motion with the scythe in one hand, and he's looking at the monster, he goes like, "Okay, dinosaur monster, prepare to die." And then he just dashes forward, like basically sprint on. It's like the Flash. One minute he's there, the next minute he's not. But then the monster's leg gets cut off, and then he just smiles because he saw it all. The blade cut through like the monster like so easily, and he goes, "Oh, this is gonna be fun." And so, as before the monster even can like fall down, Izuku disappears again and reappears right in front of it. Starts spinning the blade in his hand, and then basically when he stops, he moves the blade, the scythe down, trying to get the blood off of it. But no, the scythe itself took in the blood of the monster, and well, now it has another layer to the weapon. The blade grew, as he just smiles. He was like, "Living weapon. That's what this world has in store from with this one. Nice." And so the monster gets, all of a sudden when he says, "Die," it just basically bursts all blood, like what the Fiolio Queen would do, but way more quick and multiple cuts, plus body parts are falling off, and it dies. And so the Fiolio Queen, the Fiolios that, follow the Fiolio Queen are shocked, even, not my, hold on. Okay, Victoria, just like, suddenly shrinks down, and instead of doing the whole time, in, the way it was in anime, she immediately rushes over to, Izuku, putting the scythe behind his back as it shrunk, and she also she saw the shield on his arm, but it was like Nafumi's with like a little horns on it. She goes, wait. Okay, first off, tell me this: how are you able to do this? How are you able to hold a weapon if you have a shield on you? But wait, why does it look like shadows? It was Shadow Lord. Basically, I'm a necromancer, so fifth hero, believe it or not, the one that could use any class. So she was like, "Oh my god, the legend was true. I thought it was just a myth." He's like, "Huh?" And so the whole introductions happen, and then Izuku Midoriya thing. She's still shot. Now Fumi, and well, Melty. Not Melty. Mel. Yeah, Melty basically, and just all that happens. But Nafumi and Izuku does take some pieces of the monster. She said that's not good. And then Izuku goes like, "Hey, we're only doing this because of one, he needs it, and two, we don't really have other teammates besides the sword hero on our side. So yeah." And then he looks at Nafumi. Nafumi nods. He backs away. Melty's Linder what's gonna happen. And then Philo and Raphtalia just saying, watch as, our, father figure, or should I say, Izuku, does the impossible. Even, oh my god, I had it in my name. I had her name in my head. I just said it too. Victoria. Okay, it was wondering too. She's saying, if he's a necromancer, and a shadow one. Does that mean? As then he just looks at the beast and goes, "Arise!" As basically, it just basically starts to have shadow go over it, red and black, being formed. He's just smiling as he goes, I think I'm gonna name you Rex. As then it just roars out and with happiness. And he goes, looks like you like it. Alright, Rex it is then. And then it just goes into a shadow. So that is he has 483 to now having 484. Sorry about that. I did not mean to do that, but anyways. So yeah, everyone. Well, you know her name. Raphtalia is shocked, including their Orioles. So the whole entire thing of them going to the ancient ruins and stuff happens, along with them eating. She's having a little chat with Nafumi, but I mean, then after that she has a chat with Izuku, and that's how it goes. She goes, so you're the fifth hero. Why is that your power different from theirs? He goes, easy. One, I already had a thing called a system with me before coming here, and this is just an event for me. Which she's looking at him like, what? But how? He was like, okay, how can I explain this to you properly? About it sound like a D. Okay, so here's the thing. I care about this world even because I've been living in it for 2 months now. I'm almost gonna be 3 soon. I care about it. And I'm not gonna lie, I care about the people. So, but here's the thing, this is an event. Who knows if I'm gonna be even remembering history. If I am, then just say the Shadow Monarch. I mean the Shadow Lord. A Shadow Lord from a different world came in with an army of shadows basically by his side, with a scythe in hand, with also a shield of, well, he goes, wait, maybe this will work. He looks at the shield, he goes like, hey shield, do you mind becoming like the scythe? Doing what it does, basically based on my will, it becomes, just the shape. As then the shield does, because he got tired of looking at it like Nafumi, so it takes shape as a skull with his mouth open and the crystals in there. He was like, nice. And that shocked her, Victoria. So yeah. So she does say, like, if you don't get the other 2 heroes on your side, she'll have to. As in, he disappears, the scythe is by her neck, and she already understood what would happen if he even tried to kill him. She goes, understood, my apologies. He goes, no problem. Stay around, as he basically puts the scythe back. And, by his side, and Victoria is just shaken. She legit needs to remember never ever to mess with him. So yeah, so everything goes to canon with Philo and her fighting, and then her getting the thing on becoming that thing that she gets on her head, along with Izuku and Inafumi getting also the part of her hair that which gives her the Fioria shield, everything to do with it. So yeah, hold on. So yeah, so basically, oh yeah, I just realized this is not gonna be an hour. This is just gonna be like, I'm only doing up to a certain thing, and then that's it. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. So, anyways, so after all that happens at night, same thing happens. Izuku doesn't really, he's not there, and then she says she'll bring them to the nearest, hero. But Rin and Itsuki, same thing happens in canon. So yeah. So when the whole entire, Motoyatsu fight, does happen. But first, I'm too ahead of myself. So, Italia drops him off near the border, like, the king said it was going to be. And they go to it. Motoyasu and the people do come out. Motoyasu said Rin died and everything, and Izuku laughs. And he goes like, why are you laughing? He goes like, I trained him. Him and Naofumi trained together, you dumb idiot. Can't you see you're being played by, well, the first princess over there? Princess my butt, she's not even. And everyone's wondering why he means that. He can see her soul, so he knows who she is. And he's just smiling at this, which may just be like, I'm gonna kill you. He was like, go ahead and try. You can't do it. Do it! He's just like antagonizing her because one, he thought, why not be different in this world? Not like be, still be cool, but at times be really goofy and just be silly. When he came here, he decided that. That's why he's acting differently than my other what ifs. So yeah. So she's like, you're dead. And he's like, whatever. So those are a fight with Naofumi and the princess happen. Then Naofumi and his Motoatsu game happens, and basically Izuku just basically goes over to Myne, and well, let's just say critical strike. Lightest finger touch ever in existence. She gets sent flying. Well, not critical strike, I mean vital strike, and sent flying into the electric thing. That Motoatsu is basically can't stand that. So he tries to go after Izuku, and then remembers that shield will break. He's like, nope. I'm not shield, that spear will break, and he goes, nope. He stops and then goes back to Naofumi. And so this continued on for a little bit. Everyone noticed the guards are gone. And then, well, Naofumi and Izuku, doesn't notice, but Izuku does. So he basically kicks everyone in the center, and basically he says, Prison Shield! And he tells also Naofumi to say it too, and they do. And then he says, Air Shield! It's like that. Then air, second shield, Wrath Shield basically activated for Naofumi, and boom, that happens. And then blah 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 blah, priest comes in. Then Ren and Itsuki comes in, and well, what happens is the most funniest, dangerous thing ever. Itsuki and Motoatsu try saying being cool and everything. Then Ren and Naofumi and Izuku make plans, and then basically he goes, all right. Shioku disappears. Izuku basically says, hey, priest, you really think that is such a good weapon? Holy? My name, well, you should know this. I'm the 5th hero, Izuku Midoriya, also known as the Shadow Lord, the highest ranking necromancer ever. But I also hold the most dangerous weapon known, in history, where these probably come from. As they go like, wait, what do you mean? As then all of a sudden, he summons out the demonic Excalibur. As then when he basically it's summoned into his hand, Motoatsu and Itsuki are basically trembling in their boots. Which the priest doesn't understand. He was like, why is that demonic sword so, basically scares him so much? And he just says, this? Oh, this is, well, how can I say this right? Alright, I'm back. So here's the thing, test my friend something, also just ignore the fan because I'm trying not to have you guys hear the lawnmower outside that my dad is using to cut the lawn. So yes. So anyways. So yeah. This weapon, Zuko's holding, the priest asks why is it, making the two other heroes tremble. Zuko says, this weapon is a combination of the Demon King's sword and the legendary hero King Arthur's sword, Excalibur. Also, what do you think what happens when both weapons are combined together? He goes, an impurity process that God can never, and he goes, wrong. You legit think that God is everything in this world, right? Well, guess what, priest? You're wrong. When you need God the most, let's just say this, He'll let you die. I already foresaw it. So, let's see how much you can take when I do this. As basically Izuku launches an energy wave lightning towards him, as when, he basically holds up the barrier, as it just suddenly breaks and goes right to the priest. As he's basically screaming out in pain, everyone doesn't understand what's happening, but the sword and shield hero do. As they say, did you two forget who he is? He's our teacher plus the 5th hero, the one that can have any class he wants. Also, he's also the Shadow Lord, and that means he probably had a lot more experience than us in fighting duels like these. Like, not duels, these battles than these. As Izuku smiles, goes, "Yep, I faced a whole entire army of demons and I killed them all." So let's do this thing, shall we, guys? As he looks back, and everyone just nods. Basically, Naofumi, Ren's group nods and everything, but Itsuki and Motoatsu are basically about to piss their pants. Izuku looks at them and says, "Yeah!" And so the fight goes way different. The reason is, it does the whole entire cathedral thing sooner than, expected. They eats up a lot more. It's still taking out a lot more mana, less people, and basically they're trying to heal him, and so it's just way more different. Basically, the priest is being overwhelmed so quickly. Shadow words are coming out of Zuku's shadow, and just going after him. He's basically defending himself. He's like, "This cursed shield! No, the cursed 5th hero! Why? Why is he so strong? Why is God not helping me?" And basically, Zuko can see he's wavering. He was like, "I told you, God doesn't, care for you. Wouldn't a good, human being do this to their own kind? No. A man of God would still help the shield hero, even if everyone calls him, well, the devil of the shield. You are no, warrior of God. You are a false one." As he goes, "What?" As this fight goes. He's almost dead. The queen does happen, and then the whole entire blood sacrifice thing does happen, but it's with Izuku, and if it's Izuku and Naofumi saying it to reduce the curse on Naofumi, because this is gonna be a cursed blood sacrifice. So yes. So basically they say exactly the same chant. As then he goes, "Blood sacrifice!" And nothing happens. But since Izuku, is a lot more level than him, Naofumi only took a little bit of his. They only made one little thing come off of him. As Izuku, it takes the exact same thing with Naofumi. As everyone was shocked at this. As then, it was only on his arm where he said, "Izuku!" And, he goes down, and he goes, "I'm not done yet." Everyone's like, "Huh?" He's basically not letting this curse take over. He's basically just getting up, and he's just watching. He was like, "Now, priest, this is why God had us come here. So that way you can die." And basically, he goes, no. As the whole entire him getting crushed, the weapon gets crushed, and everyone gets arrested. And this is when he just chuckles, goes, he falls over backwards, and everyone's worried, even the queen, when she gets there. She was shocked there was 2 heroes. If you're wondering, why does Izuku, did this, and I did not, give him the Raph shield? Well, here's the thing. Secrets. Gonna basically tell you after, he wakes up. Alright? Okay, so when Izuku wakes up, everyone was wondering, why is he, like this? What happened? How, and even Naofumi, he's like, how were you able to do that? Only, if you don't have the crystal plus, basically what happened with everything. How were you? He goes, that's easy. He goes, what? What do you mean? He was like, well, It's the dragon. Remember your Wraith Shield? I have the dragon as my ally, basically as my shadow. And so, when you activated it, in turn, it was using his power. So even though he didn't have the crystal in his body, the residual, the energy from that crystal that was still in him, when I, basically turned to my shadow, came into me. Also, so I only had enough of it just to do that one little thing, and I didn't want to waste it, on something so trivial as that spirit fish thing that we got that to drain mana or skill points. As for me, just goes. So wait, you mean even though you didn't have the the Wrath Shield, you were able just to do the same chant as me? Yeah, let me guess. The same screen popped up where it combined certain things together, and then it was like, you do the chant with the dragon talking to you. Hey, yeah, he was like, yep, same thing, but a little bit different. It was talking in my head. Didn't have to see nothing. So, while you were doing it, his power was going to improve me, and the reason why I took up more because I was a higher level than you. So, you had a little bit of the curse, but hey, I got more of it. And it feels like I'm still good to go, but it feels like I just need a rest. And so now Fumi does realize what he means. He was like, my health and mana points are, my mana is like weak and severe, but the system will probably have me go somewhere to get rid of it, so it's okay. He goes, everyone says it's not okay, even the queen. She goes, ahem. And so they talk to Nafumi about it and everything, even thanking Izuku and Deku and them for help and stuff. He leaves though, and the whole entire thing happens. So, the whole entire trial is gonna happen. So yeah, the whole entire trial with May, May happens, and that goes similar to canon. That is very similar to canon. Can't really change much about that besides this. Right when May gets the curse on her, the king also asks for it, which shocks everyone, even her. And so he gets it. He gets the slave, not curse. Slave crest on him, like May, and then he wants her to ask him questions. So it's like this: why were you working with the church? He explains why, about the family and such, and he was gonna lose them too because they threatened him. Nothing happens. And then she asks, do you hate the shield hero? Not. He says yes and no. She asks, explain. He goes, I would basically say this: I do not hate the current shield heroes. The shield hero and basically the fifth hero who can choose any class. So he has the shield. So I do not hate him. I hate the past that made my previous family die. As she understands that. And so she asks all these questions on why he did this and this. And, basically at the end of it, saying, did you plan to help them to try to kill the shield hero and the other 4 heroes? He goes, no. I plan to just get rid of the church. To basically make sure that they could never harm my family again. So that way, I worked with the 5th hero and the shield hero in secret, without them ever noticing. And which just surprised everyone, and even May. She goes, Father, why? He goes, don't talk to me, you insolent pest. In which everyone shook up, was shocked, basically. And even the queen, she goes, why? He goes, she planned as you gonna find out something. She also lied to me about stuff. That evidence was proven that the shield hero didn't do what he did, and yet she still had me believe her lies. I still had to go with it because of the plan, and I hated it. And so, my, betrayal, lies, everything is revealed. And so, he still says, I'll take any punishment you'll give me, my queen. And the king says this. So, redeeming? Yes. Because why? Izuku. Even though he's cold-hearted, he's still that freaking cinnamon roll sunshine thing. Everyone from My Hero Academia likes. He still has those moments. And with this, he kind of acted the same way he would in canon, just so that way because he had like two freaking kids to take care of. Not for me helping, they looked to him as a father figure, so he had to make a good example. And also being weird, so that way they would never want to be him. So everyone's upset. They're sentenced to death. I know about what would happen in the manga and the light novel, but I didn't want to go that far. I just wanted to go with the anime. And so, right when they're, gonna be sent the next day, Naofumi does have that dream, but the king's not struggling. He is okay with this. And then, boom, He then, so the next day, when they're, when she's struggling to not be killed, the king is just waiting patiently. And Naofumi does what he does in canon, but before anyone could even do anything, he says something, and Izuku then comes out of nowhere, destroying the guillotines with his scythe. Basically, with a smile on his face when he does this, as everyone's shocked by this, and he goes, "Thanks, master." He goes, "No problem." As then he puts the scythe on his shoulder. As then Naofumi says, "How about we call this, my dog, B word," and then the king trash. And then My's hero name, or should I say B now, hero name, like in canon. I'm not gonna say that, but so yeah, that's all. So, yeah, but if you all watch the anime, you all know the name. So, yeah. And so, Naofumi's name was cleared. And Izuku's happy about that. So, even with everyone, Mel hangs them and stuff, and they leave. And then, the next day happens. They go, they go get their status class upgrades. And, that happens. They didn't get their one and such, and then they basically said, "We'll hold a banquet." Now Fumi says, "Oh, great." And then Izuku goes, "Yes, good food!" And so, yeah, that happens. Similar. And so, what else goes on is there, this. So, and then, meeting with the shield hero and the spear hero, or should I say simp hero, the bow hero and the sword hero, they all look at each other and ask why Izuku's not standing. He goes, "I'm the fifth hero. I can do what I want." I was like, Izuki and Masamune don't really care. Mai still tries to poison, but, the shadow stops her, brings her over, and then she asks, "What's the meaning of this?" He goes, "She tried to poison our food, my table's food." So, yeah. And then she goes, "No, I didn't, mother. I promise." And then she goes, "Really?" He goes, "Yes, I promise." And then the shock thing happens. Masamune basically doesn't believe. And then Izuku just shoots an arrow to his head, almost over his head, hitting his ponytail, and be like, "Shut it, simp hero, or next shot I make is gonna go for your head." He sits down immediately, and he looks at B, and she's just angry at him. He goes, "Whatever, take her away," as the shadow does. And the whole entire scuffle's happening. Izuku basically snaps his fingers as multiple shadows come out. He says, "Make sure no one's gonna kill each other, alright?" As they all go down, stopping the fight. Anyways, so the discussion goes to canon, and basically right when Izuku is making fun for Naofumi and the queen does not like this because he's looking down on Naofumi, Izuku says, "Hold up. Listen here. What is your way of getting here?" They all explain their way, and then he asked for Naofumi. He said it was a book. In which they kind of laugh, and then he says, "Silence, you pathetic insect." Which he goes, "Huh?" He goes, "Look, here's the thing. You got it from a game, and that's when it, came up to, your world, your way of doing this, everything from your game. Here's the thing with him. He had a book. So, the way how he did it, how he learned he could copy the shields was from Rin, from Rin, basically Pacific Weapon stuff, and guess what happened? Rin explain to them. As Rin explains that all three of the method style of grinding would be, better. To all of them to use it. If they don't get, say, no, my grind method's better. Matoatsu says his grind way is better, and like how he, plays the game, how he plays it, or how he does it, modify his weapons and such, and then, Izuki with rarity items, legendary and stuff. And then, well, you know what happens. Rin looks at his, Nafumi and Izuku, and Nafumi nods. He goes like, both of you guys are wrong and right. It's all three of your ways. And plus, me and Rin have been doing this. We have upgraded our weapons and such already through this method, and well, your auto thing, thanks for telling me about that. Now I'm gonna do that. And basically, he basically, believes in it, and it's happening. And when she goes, huh? He goes, and Zuko says, it looks like it's all about belief. If you believe in the system that you guys have, then you'll get it. And so, they do it, and, well, they they hate this, but no. Well, Rin, Zuko, and Alfumi were right. And so, he goes, Sumpiro, Itsuki. Or should I say, how can I say this right? Always guy who always has to be right about everything. Get rid of your pride. Get rid of it. No, it's not gonna be good. It's gonna get yourself killed. In which the queen asks Nafumi and Rin what's their levels, and they say 100 and something. Oh yeah, he said 130. Yes, they're already 130. In which the whole entire, well, the two other heroes plus the queen, Melty, and is shocked. Wait, Melty's not there, so yeah, so Melty's not there, so Mel not there, so yeah, so anyways, they're shocked by this thing. How? He goes, it's because of me. As he explains about, and then basically he goes, Mika, show yourself to everyone. She's okay, and then she's like there, at which Mutaratsu goes like, hey there, and then she goes, nope, he can't touch me. Only, well, he can. As then he puts his hand on her head, pat her, as then Nafumi tries, and he can't. It's like, see, it's like, why are you always surrounded by by all these cute girls, you two? And he goes, stop being a simp. And everyone laughs at that though, so yeah. And so she explains the system that Izuku has, and they're shocked by this. They're shocked about everything. And even Rin. And he's seen what he can do in their world. And so Motoatsu and Izuki realize they're outclassed. Extremely outclassed if these two had him as a master and teaching them how to, the ways on how they should fight and stuff. And so, they looked at Rin and they say, you were right, we effed up. And he goes, I told you guys you effed up. Never freaking, never believed me, F you guys. And so that happens. And then, well, everything there goes to canon afterwards. So yeah. Rin, and then, okay, so how can I say this? So the whole entire thing, going to the island, for, the double XP, meet up with the two random people, does happen. But going to the basically down the double XP, he does, basically, Izuku stretches his arms, and says, I really hate that ship sailing, but hey, it was good. So yeah. So basically they said, are you sure this is gonna be good? He was like, yeah, we should probably go to a different island first day. Probably one of not the ones around here because everyone's gonna be here. So we should just go to work on the stronger monsters then, and as they just say, oh, okay. So yeah, but that's when I'm leaving. Basically then he goes, but first, we're gonna have to do some stuff first. He goes, what? He goes, I'm gonna have to freaking make you guys better weapons. As he points to Rin I mean, not Rin. Raphtalia and Philo. Why do I? Two F names got mixed up in my head. So yeah, now Philo goes, wait, what? Ezuku smiles. He goes, I forgot to tell you, I have a forge. He goes, you have a freaking forge. You could have been making us weapons all this time. You could have made them weapons and gear for us all this time. He goes, yep. He goes, I'm gonna go over there real quick. In which he goes, did I do something wrong? She goes, you did. You did. He goes, but then he has a smile and goes, but did I do it on purpose? Raphtalia understands. She goes, oh, you really did just for this moment, did you? He goes, yep. I figured, I did not know this was gonna happen. But hey, I'm gonna give you guys the best weapons before something. You know, he gets a little bit sad at this. They don't understand why. He says he'll tell them later. And he pats both Philo and Raphtalia on their heads. And then, yeah, that's when I'm ending it off. Well, he just smiles at them. And yeah, so that's it, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Part 13 is going to be coming out tonight. After I do some stuff. So yes. And yeah. Hope you guys enjoy it. Anyways, bye everyone. Have a nice day, night, wherever you are, and bye.